Wir sind gestern aus dem Keller hier ausgebrochen. Wir haben eine schöne Feuerlöscherrakete gebaut. Die hat ihn ganz schön ausgenockt. Er liegt immer noch da. Den Feuerlöscher haben wir dann benutzt, um hier oben eine Luke aufzumachen. Und ich würde sagen, wir klettern jetzt nach oben. Okay. Leuchtender Trapezoeder, Kanonenkugel, Teleskop, Tagebuch. Wir gucken uns erstmal Bedienfeldlampen. Urne. Das ist doch keine Urne. Wir gucken uns erstmal das Tagebuch an.
This looks like some kind of diary or log of some kind. Unlike almost everything in this room, it looks new. Whoa! That seemed to make a lot of things happen at once. Alright, let's see now. October 13th.
It's so hard to get accustomed to the sickening stench of this dreadful fishing town, but apparently it's important to him that we establish our base here, so we just take it. Decorating coming along nicely. No end to the work.
A lot of long and boring entries follow. Seems like some kind of complicated records. Let me skip ahead a bit. Let's see. July 6th.
We're all accustomed to the stench. It's probably imbued in everyone by now. Summoned the Haunter, and he came in a flickering form of a tall, swarthy man with skin made of ebony. Ignored my words and asked for the book, then disappeared upon my answer. We must find it, no matter what.
July 13th.
His incomplete form is frustrating. Must find the book. We must find it. That idiot Bright left the hatch open, and Lumen snuck up here into the summoning chamber to try to get the Haunter's mark. What did the fool think would happen? We don't even bother storing their ashes in the urn anymore. Just leave them there as a reminder to anyone stupid enough to try that again.
August 6th.
Sister Halo's matchstick hobby proved to come in handy. Praise the Haunter! I could scarcely believe my senses when at last she finalized the structure and Brothers Bright and Gleam dropped the cannonball on it. Not only did it not destroy what she built, but it lodged itself in the circular space above the stone and is exerting such pressure on the latticework that you can take a shovel to it and it won't cave in. It's good to have some smart people join the ranks for a change. Only she and I know how to breach it and get to the stone, so that should at least keep our numbers from dropping.
August 7th.
Private investigator making waves in Darkham looking for leads on the book. Might be a dark blessing in disguise. We just stay on his tail and track him to see if he digs up any leads.
The book? The Necronomicon? Is that me they're talking about? August 13th.
Rejoicing! It's very possible that the hostess's fetch dog has sniffed out the book. Time to retire him and go for the prize ourselves.
Hostess. Why did that sound familiar? Anyway, that crazily angled stone. I wanted it. If only to get back at these star-obsessed maniacs.
Okay, das heißt, die Kultisten haben ihn nicht engagiert. Alles klar.
October 13th.
It's decorated.
A lot. Let me... July.
Ignored.
Okay,
July.
das müssen wir mal
August.
I
durchklicken.
could not only. It's oh, night.
August.
Time.
Hostess. Anyway.
So, erstes verwittertes Buch, zweites verwittertes Buch, drittes verwittertes Buch. Schauen wir es uns an.
It's the first book in a row. An arcane symbol adorns its cover. I guess it must have some importance to these starry loons for them to display it like this. I've opened it at its bookmark. The stone from the stars is a window on all time and space. It is within it that the Haunter sleeps while the yellow sun reigns, and it is from its circular gate that the Haunter's incomplete form rises when the words are spoken. Nor shall he ever rise in his true form until the forbidden book be by his side. No end to the work.
Hier ging gerade das Licht grün an, als er das Buch aufgeschlagen hat. Ich gucke mir erstmal hier das Bedienfeld an.
Now one of the lights has gone green. Now one of the... I think their only use is indicating stuff.
Okay, dann gehen wir mal ins zweite Buch.
It's the second book in a row. There's some kind of symbol on its cover, and that's about it.
Kann man nicht richtig erkennen.
I guess it must have some importance to these starry loons for them to display it like this. I've opened it at its bookmark. It is known that touching the stone from the stars might cast upon a mortal being the mark of the hunter. But none should do it unless prepared to face his cold black flames and turn to ashes and dust. No living soul can know whom the haunter chooses to mark and grant vision beyond time and place. No end to the work.
Okay.
2 lights have turned green, 1 light remaining.
Teleskop. Bevor wir jetzt das Buch hier aufmachen, gucken wir uns erstmal den Rest hier an.
An immense rusty telescope hanging intimidatingly overhead. Its most interesting feature, a big, convex magnifying lens. It's too high for me to reach.
Jo. Seltsames Symbol.
That's some kind of occult scratch. Looks to symbolize that shine rock on the pedestal. It's making me a little uneasy if I'm being honest. It's just a drawing. Eerie, but a drawing.
Okay. Gucken wir uns erst den leuchtenden Trapezoeder an.
It's a strange, self-illuminating weirdly angled rock thing.
Trapezoeder.
Its placement and the highly original security system tell me that this dingus must be of some critical importance to these starry knowledge jamooks. It could be red, or purple, or red and purple at the same time. Hard to tell.
Ich würde sagen, lila.
Shiny. I'm not the kind of Joe what believes in the woo-woo, but this thing gives me a tough run of the heebies and jeebies, while at the same time, kinda calling to me. I really want to get my greedy private investigator paws on that crazily angled stone. The dubious match-constructed security structure won't let me get my hands on it. A delicate and intricate latticework of what looked to be matches, surrounding some jagged, shimmering stone and somehow supporting the kind of cannonball what looks like it was made to bring down battleships. I realize how crazy that sounds, yet here it is before me. It's made out of matches. Matches.
Dann müsste man es doch einfach nur anzünden. Oder?
Matches. Matches.
Ja, ist gut.
Biting my lip, eyes half closed with anticipation, I flicked my finger at one match, then another. The apparently fragile construction proved to be impervious to my attempts at unbalancing it. There was damn good engineering when you needed it the least. The structure would not collapse, no matter what.
Also eben gab es gerade einen Erfolg, Streichholzboxen geschlagen, nichts passiert. Achso, haben wir ja eben schon gemacht. Ja, dann gucken wir uns die Kanonenkugel an.
A pretty martial-looking cannonball suspended somehow above that glowing rock by some order of matchstick engineering genius. It's probably there as an extra deterrent to anyone wanting to snatch that purple thing below. It looks really heavy. Like, really heavy. It's held in place firmly by the matches structure. Quite impressive and unmovable.
Okay, dann die Uhren. Hier ist eine Schublade. Intensiver Lichtstrahl.
These dummies tried their best to tar the windows up, but an intense orange light symbolically shines through. It bathes the crazy matchstick structure in a warm glow that strikingly contrasts with the whole starry death cult thing. Dust motes in the light and everything. Nice. Yeah, I know I don't get enough vitamin D, but this is not the time or place.
Ach, für Sonnen ist doch immer Zeit. Also bitte.
There's a drawer underneath this urn thing. It doesn't look like it has a lock or anything. Inside the dusty drawer, there was one solitary rusty spoon. Unwritten private investigator wisdom says you never know when you could use a rusty spoon.
Genau, den nehmen wir jetzt mit. Urne.
The inscription above it says, Here lie in ashes all brothers and sisters foolish enough to think that the stone from the stars chose them to be marked by the Haunter. If the inscription is to be believed, those are human remains in there. I have no use for former cultists, in ash form or not.
Also das sieht dann eher aus... Moment. Das sieht dann eher so aus wie eine Art Sarkophag. Also wenn das hier jetzt unten ist und das die Platte da drauf. So, haben wir noch was. Teerflecken. Hammer, 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 Hammer. Altar. Altar und Teerflecken fehlen noch.
I examined the darkened stone altar that held the trapezohedron. Creepy thing. Unusual markings adorned all sides of it. It looked as though it had been subject to intense high-temperature conditions more than once. I shuddered at the thought of it being sacrificial. Fine dust surrounded it on all sides, gently blown to and fro by the draft coming from the open hatch. No idea how they got it up here, but I'm not budging it. That much is obvious.
So, dann noch die Teerflecken.
Looks like these cuckoo birds tried to tar up the windows and failed miserably. Why not just buy some shutters or... what am I saying? They're completely bonkers. I've played with tar enough for today.
Gut, dann machen wir jetzt das dritte verwitterte Buch. Schauen wir uns erst an und dann machen wir es auf.
It's the third book in a row. The cover consists entirely of a weird symbol. I guess it must have some importance to these starry loons for them to display it like this.
Ja, das hast du bei den anderen auch gesagt.
I've opened it at its bookmark. For the butcher is the end of all, and the followers of him who lingers at the night's threshold must keep the slaying one from ever setting eye, or laying hand upon the book. The butcher brings but... The rest is unreadable. The butcher? Huh. That's new. Whoa!
Okay. Okay. Nach dem zu urteilen, was ich gelesen habe, ist dieses seltsame Trapezoeder-Ding von großer Bedeutung für diese Verrückten. Wie du mir, so ich dir. Sie entfüllten mich und verwehren mir die Symmetrie meiner Schuhe. Ich nehme ihren Edelstein mit. Mama Kteib hat keinen Schwächling großgezogen.
An immense rusty telescope hanging intimidatingly overhead.
Das hatten wir doch schon
Its most interesting feature, a big...
Wouldn't know what to do with it.
Durchgucken.
Looks to be quite powerful. It's a magnifying lens, the convex type.
I don't think I can pry it out with my bare hands.
Mal kurz gucken. Teleskoplinse. Also es ist nur die Linse neu dazugekommen. Okay, dann würde ich sagen, wir haben einen Löffel. Damit gehen wir an die Linse.
I carefully placed the spoon in between the lens and the metal covering it. Voila! The lens was now mine.
Okay, und was kann man mit einer Linse machen? Mit einer Linse kann man Licht bündeln und so, ja, einen Funken erzeugen, Feuer herstellen.
I got this convex lens from that huge telescope. It's filthy. Blech.
Dann müssen wir sie erstmal reinigen. Jetzt ist es sauber.
All right, nice and clean and letting the light through.
Okay, dann halten wir das in den Lichtstrahl.
Sweet.
Okay.
I think I can pick it up now.
Ja, dann nehmen Sie mit. Wir haben die Kanonenkugel. Sehr schön. Und leuchtende Trapezoeder. Wir schauen. Ne, wir können uns ihn nicht mehr anschauen. Wir packen ihn direkt ein.
I I most certainly did not burst into cold black flames. So much for this numbskull cult's credibility. It did feel, weird.
Okay.
Weird.
Ich habe den Stein. Er ist durch das Berühren nicht zerfallen, aber er fühlt sich so seltsam an. Könnte mir dieser seltsame Stein von Nutzen sein? Gut, dann gehen wir wieder nach unten. Ich glaube, wir sind jetzt schwer genug, dass wir hier das Sternenbanner holen können, weil wir haben ja jetzt die Kanonenkugel einstecken.
Alright, I am now 1 cannonball heavier. Let's see what happens.
Und die
That
Kanonenkugel
was a
ist
first.
weg.
And a last.
Sein Gewicht wäre, sehe ich, schwerer aus. Also Erfolg war das jetzt. So, was wurde durchgestrichen? Hier. Okay, hier ist alles durchgestrichen. Es ist nur noch das hier auf der letzten Seite. Und wir haben hier einen Fahnenmast jetzt.
It's the former standard. Now it's just a flagpole. It looks really useful.
Mitnehmen. Moment, hier ist doch ein Loch drin.
Any way you boil it, that right there is your standard garden variety pole. It's the crazily angled rock I lifted off these starheads. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like it's somehow working on me. Damn.
Kann man...
It's the crazy...
Ja, ist gut. Ich habe gedacht, nee. Und in die Leiste kann man leider nicht reinzoomen. Dann würde ich jetzt mal versuchen, das Ding hier reinzustecken.
It would almost fit, but it'd be too loose. I need it firmly stuck in there.
Ich habe versucht, den Fahnenmast mit dem Sternstein zu kombinieren, aber er hat nicht gehalten. Okay, ich will mal kurz...
Not by itself.
Bücher, Bruder Gleam.
I don't want to just... He's already
War hier noch irgendwas? Teerpfütze.
Let's get this stick, sticky.
Okay, und dann können wir jetzt das Ding hier draufstecken. Wir haben einen Vorschlaghammer. Ja, steht sogar da Vorschlaghammer.
I made this bad boy out of a crazy rock from the stars and a sticky stick. As the kids might say, I've gone hard in the paint. Or something.
Jo, ist gut. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, wir hauen morgen mit dem Vorschlaghammer hier auf die rissige Oberfläche. Dann bis morgen.